Hail, hail, and welcome to Celtic World North America. We are part of the Celtic World YouTube channel, which has a series of podcasts which highlight the worldwide Celtic support. Gav runs the show on Monday and Thursday mornings, American East Coast time. And then Paul and Anthony do a tactical review show on Tuesdays after game weeks. So check them out if you get a chance. On our show, we try to bring a little bit of a North American perspective to everything going on at Celtic. So, I mean, I know I can't stand international breaks, but I think this one, perhaps we needed a break from the suffering of watching Celtic week in and week out. A lot of weeks there was 2 games in there too with midweek games. But now it took me probably about a week where I'm like, I think this is good. I needed this break from it. But now I'm back to longing to watch Celtic again. So I'm looking forward greatly to Sunday morning. So it's 7 games left to win a title with a little help needed because we can't do it on our own. Back a few weeks ago, we had it in our own hands. But so can we do it? That's what we're going to try and figure out tonight. So let me introduce our panel tonight. Chris, welcome, as always.
What's happening?
Good to have you on. Or
Likewise.
Good you're always on. And then
always
Bobby.
A pleasure to be here.
And then our pal Bobby from Columbus. We'll get to see him next week. Can't wait for that. I got to see him in the Philly in Philly, so that was nice. And get to see you again next week. Welcome, Bobby.
All right, brother.
All right. So, like I said, I think probably the focus of our show, and at the end, we're going to try and do a little preview and preparation for Detroit next weekend. But in the meantime, I think, where do we stand in the league? And obviously, mathematically, we're still in it. But is this team good enough to come back from 5 points down against Hearts, with a game against Hearts at home and another game against the Huns at home too? Is it possible? So I was going to throw it to you first, Chris. What's your well? First of all, how did you handle the international break? Like me, was it a relief for a little while?
I mean, I don't know if it was really relief more than maybe just a nice break from not having Celtic to kind of anchor my weekend, either Saturday or Sunday morning, whatever it is. But yeah, no, I haven't watched any of the international football. It doesn't really, concern me all that much, and I don't really get into it as much as I probably should. But that's just kind of who I am, I guess. But no, I'm ready for international break to be over with. It's always a terrible time for me because I don't know, for whatever reason I don't like international football, so I'm ready for it to be over with and Celtic to be back. And as you said, mathematically it is still possible that we can wrap up the league. I mean, I have my hesitations that we can do it, but I also, there's always the eternal optimist that's like, hell yeah, we can do it. We absolutely can do it. We have the talent, the ability. I just, that's the $100 million question at the moment is do we have the fortitude to go over it? And the only thing that we can do is just look forward to the next game, and every one of them at this point is a must win. So that's what we have to kind of concentrate on.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm like you, Chris, that I didn't watch a second of any international games over the entire break. I know, like we were talking last week, we had David and Sean on, and they were both excited about the Ireland game or Ireland possibly qualifying. And I feigned interest in it when we were talking last week, but then when it came time to watch, like I had no interest in it. I just, like I always say, my main goal with the international break is just to have every Celtic player come back healthy from it. And ready to roll. So
Didn't happen.
That's not later. Bobby, how about you? How was your international break? I know you were all excited. We had our Celtic World group chat going about the Ireland game on.
I've always followed Ireland, and it was a tough watch, especially after they basically pissed the game away. But for them to get in that spot was kind of an accomplishment. When Adamita is leading the line, you can only hope for so much. But as I've gotten older, Sean, I've kind of come to your way of thinking. Is I don't know. It doesn't affect me as much as it did when I was a kid. I used to love watching Ireland games because it was a family thing. My whole family would get together and watch it, but I couldn't give I frankly couldn't care less now anymore.
I mean, Ireland was my gateway to Celtic because that's how I started watching football. Was following Ireland in the World Cup here in 1994, and then again.
In
2002. Yeah, and that's how I discovered Celtic. Really was watching Ireland games. I think I watched the Ireland-Spain game down in Wildwood at the Anglesey pub, and an old Celtic supporters club there that had all the stuff on the wall, and that's was probably my gateway to finding Celtic, and thankfully I did, because it's obviously what a gift it was. Got to meet you boys. So.
It's a gift. I don't know if it's a curse. I don't know.
Well, this year it's been
I don't know.
But still a gift. But I mean, the fact that it sucks you in and
definitely sucks you in
so much about it, and it hurts. I mean, we've been spoiled for the last 15 or so years that
we have
the success we've had. So now we're still in it to possibly win the league, but we've been bitching about it every week. It's been our kind of go-to.
It's almost a double-edged sword. If you give it too much thought, at least for me, and if we do pull it off, are there going to be changes? I don't know. We don't win the league. The ire of everything lands on the board, and that will prompt them to make changes. Or will they make changes if we do? I hate to be a pessimist, but I don't know. It's almost a double-edged sword.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that last week. I know, whether if does winning the league put us into a false sense of security, like the club. I don't think it puts the fans into it. But,
no.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Chris, what do you think?
I mean, that's probably a very plausible scenario. I'm like most people that I would rather win. I want to see Celtic win every single match, right? I can't not see Celtic pull something out, right? That's the gusto of it for me, right? But at the same time, we have to change things, and I don't know. By all indications, because this is something that I'm gonna, if I can get on my soapbox for a minute and bitch about it, but
please,
I don't know if you saw this or not this past week, but Celtic granted Liverpool fan media the opportunity to interview Oxlade-Chamberlain at Celtic, right? And Celtic has banned fan media. Now, number one, I don't know why you would ever want to ban fan media, right? Because it's people giving their time and attention and doing the work for you, basically for free, for nothing. Nobody's getting paid to get on a podcast to talk about Celtic, right? the furthest thing from it. And, you know, just from me personally, you know, I was involved with podcasts involving Celtic in 2014, 2015, 2016, all the way to my show ended in 2020, 2021, something like that. The point I'm trying to make is that I don't know why you would ever block fans that are creating content about Celtic, for Celtic, not getting paid for it, why you wouldn't grant them admission to ask questions of players, managers, whatever it is, access to Celtic, right? That's the bottom line is access to Celtic. And you know, you saw the Collective come out with a statement this past week that was talking about the same thing. And, you know, it's very disheartening because I don't think that the board realizes the love and the passion that especially people that have been involved with podcasts or any kind of fan media, you know, fanzines, whatever it is, people that put out content for Celtic about Celtic, they're doing the work for Celtic, right? They're doing the work for Celtic for free. And it is a damn shame that you can't get the same kind of treatment, but a Liverpool fan club or fan media can go and book an interview for Oxlade-Chamberlain at Parkhead at Celtic Park. I mean, yeah. It's beyond me the disparity between what's happening in those boardrooms and those meetings and you know, all of the business fucks that are not, you know, connecting the three together, right? Because you have to have all three for the whole thing to work. Because if it doesn't have the three, it's never going to work. You have to have the players, the manager, and the supporters and the board. You have to have that, like you have to have all three of them working in the same direction. And we aren't. And it's so disheartening to just see that nothing is being done on the board side of it. That there's no communication with the fans or supporters or anything that they don't like. And you know, I've been scratching my head about this for well over 8 months or so since this all happened. And you know, the bottom line is they just don't care. They don't care. Because if you cared, you would at least engage with people that are trying to make it better. But I don't feel like there's been any indication that they're using this opportunity to just say, you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. And as a supporter that has spent a lot of money following Celtic and doing all things Celtic related, it's disheartening for me. I can't imagine how it is for a season ticket holder that goes into the park week in and week out. Like, I mean, what's the Celtic TV subscription a month, right? It's like what, $30, something like that?
For the HD, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. That's that's my season ticket, right? And where do I get to vent my frustration about what I don't like? I don't buy stuff from Celtic. And as much as that was painful of like, hey, we need to take a stand because, you know, the board, they're not running the club the way that it needs to run. What do they come around and do? They ban fan media that are talking bad about them. I mean, whose club is this?
Yeah. Well, just looking at the comment I have up on the screen from Sean, the current Celtic board see us as no more than a cash cow and a nuisance in equal measure, and 100% true. I mean, I almost say like nuisance. There's like almost a disdain that the board has for large sections of our support.
And it's man, I tell you, I'm coming around to Chris because I really even 3 months ago. I don't know if I was really there, but I'm coming around to that idea that, and this is all. I think a lot of it is what you're talking about, Chris. But I also think there is a need to control the narrative, and that's what they're doing right now, particularly with the Green Beret. Because if you allow that, then that would be there every weekend, and you just wouldn't have people like us pissing and moaning about it on podcasts or anything related to it. So I think it's a however vain it might is, because the vitriol still gets out. I think part of it is trying to control the narrative at Celtic, and they're losing, they're obviously losing that battle.
But see, this is what I'm saying. That for them, like, did they think that Celtic supporters wouldn't find out that Liverpool fan media was interviewing Oxlade-Chamberlain at Celtic Park? Like did they think that somebody wasn't going to find out that was going to happen? Like, because if that's the case, right? And I just, for the life of me, I don't understand how you can let that happen for, let alone another club, right? But you're going to not let your own fans that have established media do it, and you're exactly right, Bobby. It's to control the narrative.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, Sean. Right there. A people and a cause, and that's what it is. Yeah. Tommy Burns.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there is that wanting to sanitize the things that they feel damaged, like it says the brand of Celtic, which I feel like the brand is the people and the cause for me, and I think for a lot of us. So like it is, I don't know,
and it's uncomfortable. I think that the Green Beret are. Yeah, I don't want to get too far in the bushes, Sean, because this is about football. But
get in the bushes.
No, brother, listen. But I think they are overtly political, which I completely am okay with, and that's who Celtic is. That's who the Green Brigade is, and they're overtly. You and I before the podcast talked about the Palestinian thing a couple of years ago, where they set up the academy. How brilliant is that? How many clubs in the world? Never mind Britain, in the world could do that, and one team did it. So as long as they're on the right part of history, and they are, in my opinion, but that narrative pushes against the prevailing narrative still in the world, unfortunately. I mean, again, this is about football, but they're passionately right about a situation, and they're not ashamed to push against the narrative.
You can't separate politics and Celtic. You just can't.
No.
Like it's ingrained in everything that the foundation of Celtic is politically based.
Yeah.
I mean, so like if people aren't willing to accept that, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, because Celtic supporters that I have met across the world all have that same,
ethos.
Yeah. Everybody's got that same ethos, and if they don't, then surely they catch on, because they're like, hey, I see these things. I'm learning about this. I'm figuring this out. That hey, there's more to this club than just Shamrock getting drunk on St. Patrick's Day to watch a soccer match. Like that's the kind of bullshit narrative that people get involved with and they get sucked in on. And it's more than that. And if it's not been a lot more than that, then I have been lied to for the last 20 some odd years about like what it means to be a Celtic supporter, because it's lunacy is what it is.
Yeah.
It's lunacy, because I don't understand how you can regulate what people think. You can't. And but you're saying exactly right. It's they're controlling the narrative by saying that, right, and not allowing disagreements within the stands, and it's just God, I'm so fucking tired of it, man. Like I want this nightmare of a season to get resolved. Like I want Celtic Park to be full again, full of supporters that have paid their money to be there. I'm fucking tired of not buying merch because I want there to be, like I want investment in the club. I want to see Celtics succeed, and I don't see how they don't see that.
There, and then there's a double-edged sword. I want to win the league. I do. But if we do, will there be enough initiative in the offseason to answer the question about
absolutely
all the question marks that exist? Can you go out and get a good manager? Are you going to do the typical stereotypical thing that oftentimes Celtic has always done? It's the penny pinching nonsense that we know about, the biscuit tin mentality, as the Scots say. But it's tough. All three can work in unison. You can have supporters who are vocal and political, put out a winning product, and make money. You can do all those things. Once those come out of sequence, and what's come out of sequence is the results on the field. Once those come out of sequence, then other things will happen. And I think largely, it's about them trying to control the narrative, and really you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
And we have this, and they good, bad, or indifferent. We had this giant bandage named Martin O'Neill that came in that everybody loves, and it kind of glossed over a lot of bad things about the club. I'm not, in no way am I going to defend Nancy. He had his issues, but to think that this hasn't been an issue the moment we were unable to replace Kyogo, and we were unwilling or unable to spend in the off season, then you walk into what we have now. You walk headfirst into it. This was completely, and the worst part about it is, Sean and Chris, is that it was avoidable, completely avoidable.
Absolutely,
100%.
Oh, it's just been like self-imposed damage is just consistently done. Like not investing in the playing squad before like we qualified for the Champions League and we get knocked out by Kairat. Like that was just blatant, and everybody saw it coming, and it still happened. Then now, like not having the Green Brigade in, and you would think that would get resolved somewhat quickly, and because it is a big part of the atmosphere in the stadium, and it helps it. And
how long are we on that now? How long is that drug on?
It's months.
It's been what, since October?
Yeah. And
and I'll just I want to publicly say it, but like you need to. I would urge people to research the Cynic, the 90-minute Cynic. They put out a podcast this week with Martin from the Green Brigade, and it's like 45 minutes, 50 minutes or whatever, and he goes into great detail about the other side of the story, because the story needs to get out. There's a lot of things that have been happening for a long time. And I mean, some of these same issues are issues that we used to talk about on the Celtic Dream Show on Friday nights with Big G and whatever, and it's the same issues, right? But now that they're at a public head and the boys are banned or whatever, but I would urge people to look at the Cynics podcast this week with Martin from the Green Brigade. It's a fantastic listen. Really, to have it in their own words. That's what we need to do, is promote what what they're trying to get out. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, and it's true. Like 420 here saying like the relationship that the board has cultivated with the fans. I feel like it's had a negative impact on the field as well. Like,
sure.
and it's such an easy fix. I know.
Oh,
and you got 7 games left in the season, and I think we started with our. I think this question was, can we still win the league? And we've veered off into bashing the board,
sorry.
which is fine. No, I like it. It's a good conversation.
Well,
but bringing it back to that, yeah, like that seems like such an easy step, and I feel like I've been saying that for months. Like, such an easy step to bring the Green Brigade back. You got 7 games left. You got 2 home games against Hearts and Huns. Like, why not get them in there and give your team the best chance to win those games and win the league? And they're not willing to do that out of spite, or again, like I said, almost this like disdain that they have for these sections of the support that we. It's fucking maddening.
If you want to get people to fully get behind what you've got to bring everybody to the table. You've got to bring everybody back in, and everybody's got to be pulling in the same direction, because otherwise we're just going to sit here and bitch about things that nobody can fix, right? Like there's nothing easier than just saying, hey, let's all get on the same, level playing field again, and go from there as to what our future holds. But I think having that mentality where it's not even being addressed and not even being talked about openly, and there doesn't seem to be the dialogue from the club to any supporters or whatever it is, that it's almost like you're just going to get what you get, and if you don't like it, you shouldn't pitch a fit about it. And I think for going forward and winning this league, would that be throwing the a Band-Aid on a gaping wound? I don't know. I mean,
I think it is. I think it is. I hate to say it, but I think it is.
Yeah. If it comes down to like last day helicopter Sunday, kind of scenarios where one team thinks they won it and then the other, if a scenario happens and we pull it out last minute and everybody is so excited about it, like, I don't know that you're going to see that big of an investment.
Yeah.
I don't, because like they're going to say, well, look, you did it. You won the league. Like we had a bad spell with Wilfred Downsey or whatever, and Martin O'Neill came in and saved it, and we're going to erect a statue for him or whatever, and now we're going to roll on to the next season, and now we're left with no new manager, a list of players that have injuries that we don't know how they're going to come back. Like, I'm so excited to get Jota back, but is he the same player? I don't know. Like, CCV's out. How much has he got still? I mean, like, there's just question after question after question after question after question after question. It's almost like we're all patiently waiting with bated breath on what happens, because I feel like whatever happens, that's when we're going to know whatever's going to happen after that. Like, if we go through the run of, let's say we go into the split and we win the next 3, right? And then we slip up to Motherwell or whatever the case is, right? And we know that we're done. Like, I think at that point, we actively have to go, I think it's time that we start, like, realizing that this isn't going to happen, and we need to start doing the things to do the clear out, right? Because we're not going to have any time at all I mean, and even if coming into second or third place, even right, like third place doesn't get you competition league, does it? Like it's not guaranteed.
No, you have to qualify for your Europa League.
So I mean, like, yeah, it's like I don't think there's any guarantee of any Europe stuff, and you don't have a manager. Your squad's defeated and needing replenishment, and you've got a board not willing to do it. I think that's I think that's where we all are, is that we're just kind of waiting to see what happens before we can kind of react to it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't have a lot of faith, even if we do come in third, that the board will be, one, willing, or two, able. Like, do they have the ability to bring in the players we need, the manager we need, particularly this year with the World Cup? That sets a lot of stuff back with signing players. It's a bigger World Cup now too, so there's more teams involved. So more players are going to be involved who are going to be, looking for moves after that, and just how slow Celtic moves in doing anything in terms of, you saw it with hiring the manager with Nancy. He was like kind of pegged to be the manager for a month before, and we couldn't get the deal finalized to get him in the job, and then we can't sign players, and we're constantly waiting to see, it's a slow moving way they do business, and that's why the clear out needs to happen from the top down, but then again that can add more difficulty into like if we are trying to come back from being in third place or second place this year, like for next year, it could be a challenge, and this could be a couple year-long struggle to get back to the point where we need to be, and where we think
I think it has all the earmarks of, Christ, I hate to say it, boys, but it has all the earmarks of kind of those sitting back and watching Rangers just misfit after misfit after misfit, and maybe someone's going to sit back and watch us for a while. Because if we don't get it right, I don't know. I don't know if there's an easy fix either. I don't know. I think we got it right with Ange. So maybe you need that dominating character that has an ethos, that wants to play a certain type of football, and he comes in and from day one stamps his idea on Celtic. Who that is, I don't know. Is that Robbie Keane? Is that Martinez?
I don't. That'll anger a large portion of our support if they bring Robbie Keane in. But yeah, but that'll make you think, yeah, that's probably the guy they got in mind then. And it would piss off that portion of the fan base that they seem to be targeting. As another Sean's on fire on the comments tonight. So he was on last week.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's depressing again.
Here's the question. I read some article yesterday that was talking about what happens if they offer Martin O'Neill another year, and I've that wasn't the first time that I had heard that kind of floated or whatever, but I think that God bless the man, but I don't know that he is right for us longer term. That if we come in third this season and we don't make significant investments, then we're just looking for second or third next year too. And I want to see the ambition put back into what we're trying to do on the field, because I think the manager has a lot to do with that. The way that, you know, whatever manager that we bring in, how they want to play, what players are we going to keep, what are we going to sell, you know, like what's going to happen. And I don't know that Robbie Keane is your answer, but it is the name that I keep hearing the most. So it's like, I mean, they're not going to ask Chris from Tennessee, like, well, who you want to be? Like, I don't have a voice in choosing this, but that's the name that keeps coming around is Robbie Keane. And to that, I would say, where's the ambition? Where is the ambition? Are you going after him because he's a quote unquote Celtic guy? I think that's a fair question because, you know, Bobby said earlier, we got it right with Ange. Ange was the right person at the right time to bring in at Celtic. And he was exactly what we needed to inject ourselves. I would like to find somebody that has a similar caliber of like going after things the way that Ange did, because there just doesn't seem to be, you know, like I said last week about the Motherwell manager. Like I don't know that that's the right fit. I think it's too big of a job for him at the moment. I think it's an unknown quantity that you know, we're just going to get an unproven Motherwell manager that's had, you know, one season at Motherwell.
You can say the same thing about Keane.
True.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a little bit of success at, like, where was he? Maccabee, and then he's at Ferencváros, whatever, isn't that where I think he's there now.
They've been talking about him for like the Tottenham job and you know, all of these like high profile things. So I don't know where people are putting their stock in him, but I don't think he's their answer.
Yeah, well, that's and Strangelove is 100% right. And that's how Celtic runs things a lot of times, based on nostalgia, and that's why probably we have Martin O'Neill came back and then came back again, and now you're looking at Robbie Keane and, you know, Sean Maloney, and it's
played all back. Jota. Yeah. There was rumblings. There were rumblings of during the window bringing back Kyogo. Yeah, that's yeah.
Have you seen Kuhn struggling in Italy?
Yeah.
So bring him
back.
and
bring him back.
I saw Starfelt, Carl Starfelt.
Yeah, imagine that one.
So it's we do have and maybe, I don't know if that's partly the fans and partly the club putting that into us, but yeah. Does would bring back Ange count as nostalgia? Because I would take him back.
That's the only guy only guy I would take back.
Yeah, I think he would be worth a shot, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, unless they announce Neil Lennon, then, you know, we all got to get behind Neil Lennon again.
Yeah, and I don't think that's. And then
that's sailed.
I throw it out joking that Scott Brown just got fired from Air United the other day. So, like, put him on the short list.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, we are where we are in the league now, and it's been a failure from top to bottom, from, you know, from Dermot Desmond, the whatever majority shareholder, whatever you want to call him, to the board, to management, and like Martin O'Neill I think has done as well as he could with what he has to work with. But so yeah, I don't know, like, to be in the position we are now, like I said, we're in third place. We have 7 games left and still in it with a chance to win the league. And we talked about it last week, and I think some people were like, I won't celebrate this one hard. I will celebrate this one more than most, I feel like, if it does come about, just because I feel like I earned it this year with suffering through game after game after game. And so yeah, so I don't know, I mean, I guess so we got two matches for the split, and then so we have Dundee on the weekend and then St. Mirren, and then we head into the split, where I said we have two games against the top two, Huns and Hearts at home. Probably, I mean, I think technically they could give us an away game, but I don't think that would be.
No, they wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
No, we're
definitely gonna be
guaranteed home for both of them.
Yeah, so it's possible, and we will need help. Obviously, like I said, we don't have our destiny in our own hands after losing last weekend or 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago against Dundee United. But I don't know, percentage-wise, how confident are you guys before we move on that we can win the league, Chris?
I mean, I think it's. I mean, it's like 50-50 at this moment. I mean, there's a 50-50 chance for me because I think more than anything, any sport, right? That it runs off of mojo, the hidden element, the thing that you don't see that nobody can describe and put a finger on, and those are things that happen within players out on the pitch that make them dig in to do X, Y, and Z, and without knowing for sure that's where that kind of mindset is going to be. I don't know what their mental is.
Well, that may be, Chris. That may be the only. You make a good point. Is that may be the only thing. One of the few things going in our favor because we do have a few guys that have been there before, so they know what it takes to do that. But yeah, I don't.
But it's an intangible thing that nobody can kind of forecast. Is that we've heard rumors of Callum McGregor going to play with Brendan Rodgers and Saudi Arabia. That's been a rumor that's been around for a while, basically since Brendan left. Is his head turned? Where's everybody's mindset? Because I think for most of the players, it's been so inconsistent all season long with how Brendan plays. And then you had Martin O'Neill come in, and then you had Nancy, then you had Martin O'Neill again. And I don't know where all of these players' heads are at. And I think that's the intangible thing that we don't know. I mean, Martin O'Neill can drill and drill and drill and drill and drill and drill. But, if Liam Scales is having a bad mental day of like, I just don't want to do this, or, Tedeschi, can't connect to a pass, or Maeda can't get behind the ball, or whatever it is, that's an intangible thing. So I'm hedging my bets that it's like 50-50 that we will win the league. Like there's enough of an advantage for me to say that we've had players that are in that position that have done this before that can overcome what's ahead of them. But until we start seeing the results of that, I don't know that I can be fully confident in that, and that's a tough thing to say. Just because it's like I want them to win every match 10-0, and I know that's improbable too. So like the rubber has to meet the road somewhere. So I mean, if the things work out and we eat this out, man, I am going to celebrate it, but I am concerned that we're not going to spend enough going into this next season to rebuild and reload and get ready for, what the future holds.
Yeah, agreed. But like I said, I don't have faith either way, really, at this point, that they're going to do it, even if we do win it, or do come in second, third. So like you said, Chris, you're 50-50. I'm probably right on that same boat. Like probably 10 days ago, I was 80-20. We were going to win the league. So I've fallen off a bit after that
before,
disastrous performance 10 days ago.
before Dundee United.
Yeah. Bobby, give me a percentage before we move on.
20.
20%?
I'm a miserable bastard, though.
Yeah.
I don't, nothing. How the hell, boys, did not to show the fight against Dundee United. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be happy. I'll be in tears if we win it. I'll be happy as hell, and I will. You know, you guys can pass along a recipe for crow, but I don't know, Sean, Chris. I don't see it. Nothing.
Well, they've given us almost nothing to show us that they're going to win the league this year. I mean, we've got 8 losses, which is fucking insane. Like when 8 losses, we have 7 games left in the season still.
If you look at the table, and I think we score enough goals, we just give up too damn much. I think we might be top of the league in scoring.
Yeah,
but
I think we were last time.
Or we're tied with the Huns on goals, but we're giving up too much. We're leaking in the back. You know, when's the last time? And I hate it. When's the last time we had a comfortable win? When's the last time we came out and you know, put a proper ass whooping on somebody, or just won a game? Never mind that. I'm sorry, I take that back. I don't even want that. When's the last time we won a game comfortably? Maybe Motherwell might have been, if you want to stretch it, the word. Maybe Motherwell.
It was tight until 75 minutes, 70.
Yeah, so no, not really. But
yeah, I mean, we won 3-1, but
when's the last time we won a comfortable match where you looked over and you said to yourself, you know, for
that's it.
70% of this game,
that's it.
70% of this game, Feyenoord away, yeah,
it probably is. I mean, we haven't had it in the league. It's been a slugfest every game in the league, and it's mad. And every week you're like, all right, this is gonna be the week. It's like it has to happen, and now we're 31 games in the season, and it's just not happening.
That game, I thought we were going to get a hiding, and it just turned out the other way. That was brilliant. I forgot about that. Yeah, it was really a good day. But
we've had a few good days, but
yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm a miserable bastard to begin with, so I don't. I don't know. I think I'm confident that we can win the cup.
No,
but
I'm more confident on that, definitely.
I think I have a bit. I'm probably 80% confident we can win the cup. Nah, I'm not. I think I don't know, boys. I don't want to piss on your parade, but I'm not confident. I'll stay there. I'll watch every minute of it. I'll laugh. I'll cry baby crocodile tears if we pull it off, but I don't know.
I've never been called a colonial arsehole before, so I'll take it though.
There's a first time for everything.
Let me throw up a comment and this is from Strangelove, and we can chew over this. So I guess I wouldn't say. I mean, you can kind of generalize it more because I mean it's happened both with Hearts and Huns this year, and it's seemingly worked for Hearts that they're in first place to have an American, you know, kind of probably conglomerate more purchase or buy the club or at least a controlling ownership in the club. I don't know if I would want that to happen to Celtic, but like I mean, would it kind of initialize a modernization of the club? That's a possibility, which is one thing we desperately need. I don't know if I want the Celtics, but
you sure as hell don't want the 76ers, do you?
Celtics are my rival. Have been my rival all my life. So which is I know people see the green and white and think I would love the Celtics, but I don't. So In terms of that, and maybe it doesn't have to be in merit, but like, do you think? I don't think it would happen. I don't think. I think the Celtic board is too kind of enthralled in their own positions that they wouldn't allow that to happen. But could that be a benefit, Bobby?
Yes, it could be a benefit. It could also be a goddamn negative too. It could probably set us back even further. But yeah, it could be a positive. I don't know. I don't like this model of if for me, if it was an American or somebody else, I want a one team owner. I did these massive groups that go out and, you know, the group that has Manchester City and then the group that has Manchester City and the group that has Hearts. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know about that, but if you come in and you want to improve the team and it's just not a money making endeavor, I'm fine. You know, the guys from what's the dude? If they want to leave Wexham and come up to, you know, that guy actually talked about. I watched it once. He actually mentioned Celtic.
Oh, yeah,
but if we got we get something like that. I'm not a big fan of those big units that kind of buy everybody. That have like 8 or 9. Yeah. Because then where's all your loyalty at then?
Yeah.
You know. And then teams that have had that, I follow. I like to watch. I kind of always been enthralled with Marseille. When I was a kid, they beat the hell out of Rangers and kept them from winning the European Cup. But I've always really liked Marseille, and Marseille is part of one of those groups where, and you wonder, do they really give a damn about Marseille, or you know, as Chris said earlier, is it a money grab? I don't know. That one, I'm not a fan of the group. If it was an individual, some rich Saudi has too much damn money or is bored. At the end of the day, does it really matter? Give us the money to succeed, stay the hell out of the way, keep your mouth shut, and let the Green Beret come back.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I couldn't give a damn. I couldn't give a damn if the owner of Celtic was Emin de Valera's great-great-grandchild or James Connolly or who. I don't give a damn who the hell it is. Stay out of the way. It's a proven system. Better the team, get a good infrastructure. Not hard. I don't know. I don't have any money, so I ain't doing it.
Yeah, same here. Not nearly enough.
I'll just be here with you bitching in a moment.
That's our job. I will say, so David's comment is true, though. As much as I mean, complaining about the struggles, those last-minute winners have been
like phenomenal.
Lovely. Particularly the one at the Fairley where we got to celebrate with you guys, and David was there that day too. Like that was
man, that place hit when that one went in, it hit the roof, bro. Sean, listen, there was a guy who I can't remember his name, but he's in the Philly club, and his watch goes off. Like his watch goes off. He looks at it and he covers it up, and I just smile at him. And he and then we score. He goes, "Yeah, I knew about that about 5 seconds ago." Yeah, I can't. It was the old guy selling the scarves, older fella selling the scarves. But I sat there and watched and listen. Sean, I turned around to him and I go, I look him straight in the eye and I go, we can be here till fucking Tuesday and not score. And then 6 seconds later.
I had that one time at Fido for, I forget what it was. I think it was a cup game against the Huns. It was years ago. And I remember I was sitting in the back. I had my 2 little boys at the time. They were probably like 5 and 3 maybe. And I brought them down to Fido and it's packed. And a guy right behind me is a Hun. It turns out, find out he's a Hun, but he's like, Yelovich is about to score. And like 30 seconds later, Yelovich scores. And then I'm like, you fucker. Like, and you could tell he was like enjoying it. And then, so like, I kind of moved away, but somebody ended up kind of escorting him out of the pub, so to speak. So, but yeah, that I can't stand that when that happens, but
yeah,
ruin that winner for Adama.
I was having breakfast at the Fela what year was that? 2016 maybe, with the SLO.
John Paul Taylor.
Yeah, John Paul Taylor. And the same thing happened. His watch or his phone went off, and he looked at it, and he kind of looked across the table at me, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, you know 5 seconds ahead of time. Oh, I got you." So that's funny.
So in terms of, I do think the one thing that could help us in the run into the end of the league is getting Alistair Johnson back, getting Arne Engels back. I don't put as much stock into Callum Osmond scored 1 goal against the Huns, and he did create a lot of chances that game, but who knows what he is. And our strikers have given us nothing this season, so I mean I'd be willing to throw him out there, but getting those guys back, I mean, how much credence do you put that into helping us win the league, Chris? I know, and the one thing that pissed me off, you see Alistair Johnson, I saw today a comment we're gonna bring him back pretty much gingerly because it's a World Cup year. And I'm like, fuck that. His responsibility is to Celtic before Canada for me. So
right.
But do you think I think Engels is huge. And now that we lost Araujo, we probably do need Johnson back quicker than we could have, needed him before. But how do you see those guys?
I mean,
changing things.
AJ coming back is definitely a good thing. I'm 100% with you that I think he should be the starting right back. But his number one priority, in my opinion, is also with Celtics. So I want him to give 100%. I don't care about the World Cup. I care about Celtic. I don't but it's definitely a concern bringing him back from injury, whether or not he can go like he's been going on. I'm losing Araujo probably is going to hurt more for me, just because he had a lot of the mojo that especially after the Huns match that he really thrived under Martin O'Neill and at Celtic. So not having him is definitely going to be an issue. And bringing AJ back, I've got to think that it's going to be helpful. But with him coming back from injury, is he going to be fit? I don't know, man. That's a big intangible, because you don't have Donovan anymore, right? He's out for a time. So now you've only got Ralston. You've got Ralston and AJ at right back.
How long is Donovan out? I remember him getting hurt. I didn't see how long it was out for.
I don't think it's very long.
Mm-hmm.
I would need to follow up with that because I don't know off the top of my head. But from what I read, soon after it happened, he may be out a couple weeks.
Okay.
But I mean, if Ralston's your right back, then Ralston's your right back, and if AJ's your right back, then AJ's your right back. But and then losing Trusty yesterday, I mean that's a huge blow. So now it's just Ben Arthur and Liam Scales at center back, and the injuries have just fucking killed us this year. The injuries have really piled up, and we really need to take a look at what kind of sports medicine practices we're getting or whatever, because an injury happens and somebody's out for X amount of time, it changes the entire dynamic of the season. I mean, look at Kasper Schmeichel, right? If we had known that he had a shoulder injury, let's say go back to October when supposedly that happened. that he separated his shoulder or something. If you go back to that point and you made a change, then do you think that we would, concede the goals that we have conceded because of the injury? I guess that's a legitimate question that we need to start asking, because man, the injuries are killing us this year.
Yeah. Oh, and none more so than that, the goalkeeper position. I think between that and the Wilfred Nancy's 8-game appointment, I think we'd be 8 to 10 points clear in the league right now. If
easily.
Those things. But I mean, take both of those things into
you know
account.
what, Sean, I couldn't disagree more.
I couldn't disagree
more. No, I could not disagree more. I think that the holes in this team have little or nothing to do with Wilfred Nancy. I agree with that.
I throw Schmeichel more into it than Nancy. I think.
I think 100%. Listen, he's not without fault. He took the job and did sweet fuck all when he got here. So and he didn't adapt. So he's not totally left off the hook. But this, you talk about percentages. I would put 90% of this lays at the feet of the board. The inactivity in the offseason to fill the glaring holes that were there at the end of last year that we saw how we basically tripped over the line last year. Should have rung bells to say, let's get some new blood in. Let's do better. Let's try to get some of these questions answered in key positions, because going forward, this could be a problem. And then you don't solve those issues after you get pumped by some team from Kazakhstan. It's just, you know what I mean? So I'm not. I don't know, Sean.
No, I mean, for me, I agree with you 100%.
I think for a lot of Celtic supporters, the Nancy thing was just easy.
You're right.
It's easy to say he's a muppet and he has no success, and there's no loyalty that I have to him just because he's from he coached at Columbus, and I'm one who thought he would do it, but I'm telling you, you know, there's this wonderful American expression: you can't polish a turd. You know?
I agree, but I think, and I agree with you, and I would say even more. Like you said, 90% of the fault of the season falls on the board. I say 95% of this fault.
Yeah.
But however, I think despite that, we could have overcome that with a decent goalkeeping performance. And I throw Nancy in there just because we probably should have 2 more wins.
Well, it was that string of games that we lost. Casper Schmeichel.
Yeah,
that was my point. It's just that his injury cost us goals, no matter who the manager was. His injury cost us goals, and it was during that time through the Martin O'Neill, Wilfred Nancy.
I mean, I'll concede that maybe there was a momentum that O'Neill had that took away once you brought in another guy. Mm-hmm. But again, hell, even the Nancy hire, you can blame on the board. Yeah. I said at the bar that we watched the games at, and I sat with a kid who was attached to the crew, and he told me, this is what he does. He'll expose guys, go to management and say, I can't work with this dude. Well, if some guy at a bar in Columbus, Ohio is telling me that, how in the hell can they not know that ahead of time from scouting and someone talking to the crew people or someone around football who can give you an opinion of this guy? He will expose guys. Well, We don't have no time for that. We're up against it as it is. This isn't. He's not coming in August. He's coming in the middle of the damn season. He has to hit the road running. There can't be a hiccup here. And there was a huge hiccup. So I would even put the Nancy hire. I won't blame Wilfred Nancy. I blame the people that hired him.
Right.
They got that one wrong too.
I just think we could have had 2 more wins from those 8 games, and that changes things up a lot. And then
probably a League Cup. Probably a League Cup.
And he gave up some horrendous goals in Europe too, in the Europa League. Michael too. That's been one of our big, I think, downfalls for me this season.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. I want to play an ad real quick.
Every life is full of stories, and we all know someone whose story should be preserved. That's what an audio memoir is, a record of you or your loved one's life stories, family anecdotes, and poignant memories. We will talk online and then edit the recordings into episodes, accompanied by family photos and contemporaneous images of the past, creating an enduring audio-visual experience. We all know someone who deserves an audio memoir.
Yeah, so thanks to Audio Memoir for sponsoring the channel. So I think I think we'll kind of lead into let's just quick preview for the weekend versus Dundee. Like you said, it's good to have a Celtic match back for me. Like I definitely missed it last weekend, and but at the same time, when it was good, I felt like you kind of needed that break because it's been so shitty this season. But I'm ready for him back. I guess it's going to matter. You don't know probably all yet who's coming back healthy from international break in terms of who's going to start and who's going to need rests and stuff like that. But I guess it'll be a big loss to having Trusty out, I think. Arthur and Scales, I'm somewhat comfortable with. Would be more comfortable with Arthur and Trusty. But Chris, who do you think is going to lead the line this weekend? Who knows? Like, I was shocked to see Iheanacho start against Dundee United, but how do you think that's going to go?
6-1, half dozen of the other. I mean, you could. I know that Maeda. Where did they play? They played in Scotland, didn't they?
They played in Scotland. Then they played England. They played England on.
Okay, so
yesterday?
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't have to go to Japan. Is what I'm trying to.
Right. Yeah.
So that's good. But I mean, you've got the rest of the quote unquote strikers that should still be in
quote
town.
Unquote.
I know Tanetki played it, and I mean he scored for Tunisia, so
yeah.
I did see that. So
Nygren played for Sweden
and then
got an assist. I know.
And then Trusty, as we discussed, that he got hurt. So, I'm kind of with you that Ben Arthur and Liam Scales at the back. I'm okay with that. It's probably not the most comfortable, but I mean I feel confident in that. KT's okay, but leading the line. I mean, you can just flip a coin at this point and and figure out who's going to play, whether it's Iheanacho or Adamu or if they're going to put Daza Maeda up there. So I mean, it's whoever Martin O'Neill rolls out Sunday's going to be fine with me. Just because I think he's still of the mindset of like whoever looks the fittest, that's usually who's going to start. So, but yeah, I'm ready for him to kick off and hopefully get some good mojo back in our corner.
Bobby, how about you? Who's going to start at striker and not score this week?
Yeah, throw it up. I couldn't. I add nothing, brother. I think at this point you're just throwing it up against the wall and see what sticks. I don't know. I think again, I go back to the most concerning thing for me is the goals being leaked. I think whoever we put out, we're going to struggle. But for me, man, we just leak too many goals at the wrong damn time. So I'm more concerned about giving up goals. And we don't score enough. You get in those situations where you have a goal and it's late, and just a half a second of a turn off, of switch off, and you change the whole aspect of the game. And I don't think it matters, Sean. I think more concerning to me would be the Trusty injury and what can we do to shore up the back. You know,
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Trusty and Araujo being out, and then we're throwing Ralston probably out there.
Yeah.
And Scale, so it's going to be a weaker back four. And I think Arthur has done well, and I think he's gotten better pretty much week in and week out. But
yeah,
I feel like guys like that are due for, he's a young guy. He's due for an error almost, just because, like, it's going to happen to defenders. So, and I don't think he's had much of that. And when he has, he's been able to recover from it. He's a guy I would love to if we could bring back, but it's not going to happen.
No. And that guy is like an O'Neal guy.
He's an old school guy. Yeah.
Big, strong.
Yeah. And he's keep it simple, like not. Like
move it. Yeah. Not, we're not playing 2026 football. We're playing 1997.
This year, definitely. It's not the best thing to watch, but.
No. But, at the end of the day, boys, I mean, it's all about Christ. Yeah. It's all about results now. If we can get over the line, that's the most important thing for me.
Yeah, just grind it out now. However,
not a fun watch.
I think in midfield is, I feel like it's pretty much, do you think it's going to be McGregor, Negrin, and Hatate? It's almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
And so it's,
I think if you got Angles back though,
but I don't know. Is he due back already? I don't know when he's due back, but that'll throw.
Before the end of the season, he should be back.
Yeah, definitely. That from the sounds of it.
So, but
in terms of when, I don't know about this weekend. That'd be nice to get him back. I think he might not start, but maybe bring him on for at 60 minutes. That'd be nice. It'd be a nice thing to have. In terms of, all right, so then give me a score prediction, Chris. You're gonna go 2-0, so I'll go to Bobby.
2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
I can see that. I might go 3-1.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of clean sheets anymore. I'm just not. But we're gonna have to score twice, and and pray to God that that's enough.
I'm gonna go with an.
I told you, hey Sean. I told you I was a miserable bastard.
Yeah, so is everybody watching Celtic this year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 3-1, but an uncomfortable 3-1, like where we add a late goal onto a 2-1.
They're struggling, and they're I mean, to be fair, they're struggling to score goals.
Mm-hmm.
If that helps, but hell, I think I don't know. Dundee United struggled to score goals, and look what happened there.
You can count on Chris's 2-0, so I'm not even going to ask him anymore. But
good man.
I need to make a sign that just.
Yeah, you just need to butt in if it's going to be something different.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I will count on having pints in Detroit.
Ooh, fantastic!
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Many pints in Detroit.
Yeah, that's a good segue. So it's not this weekend, but the following weekend, April 10th through 12th. The three of us and a bunch more of our Celtic World North America stable of guests will be up in Detroit, or I guess most of us are going up to Detroit. So I know for me, I can't wait. Like, it looks. I was trying to get Sean Kelly on tonight, and hopefully we can get him on next weekend or next Wednesday night. to give us a more full-on preview of the events. We had Kyle on. Was that 2 weeks ago? And he kind of gave us a rundown of some of the stuff going on. Law Dog, yeah. So, Chris, when are you getting into town?
I'm getting into town on the Thursday. So I'll be there Thursday, raring to go, and I have a pint waiting for you boys when you get there on Friday.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'll be getting in on Friday. And you too, right, Bobby? Friday afternoon for me.
Yeah.
And there's like Jay and David coming up too for
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice. I think his missus is coming. I think David's missus is coming. I don't know.
Cool.
Are you flying or driving?
Driving, yeah.
How far of a drive is that for you?
I think it's 3 hours.
Oh, shit. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I feel like
maybe
it's longer than that.
I don't know.
I feel like it would be longer, a little bit longer, maybe, but based on from what I've done. But yeah, I know. So I know there's a bar crawl the one day, and I was just lazy and I did not look up all this information. I would have posted up. I have no screen stuff to throw up tonight.
It's on Friday.
Yeah.
There's a pub crawl on Friday, and then
the match on Saturday.
Saturday, the St. Mirren match at Detroit at the Collect Bar where Detroit Celtic are, and then we're going to transition from that, and then we're all going to go to a Detroit City match.
Oh, that's yeah.
Keyworth. You got to get your tickets. You need to go on to the Detroit Celtic website and get your ticket link or whatever. But yeah, looking forward to it. Tons of food and entertainment and doing a bunch of different things. So I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody and getting pints and
Both you guys going to the Both of you guys going to the Detroit game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay.
Good job.
I forgot about that.
Covering for me tonight because I did no pregame research. So.
I forgot about that.
I'm a supportive Detroit Celtics supporter.
I know, and I'm excited to see Detroit City too, because of any team, and I haven't watched them this year, probably last year, but there was back when I had ESPN Plus and you got the USL games on, I would watch them every week when they were on, particularly their home games, because they did have a great home crowd, and I did tend to look at it because I knew Sean and Kyle and those guys would go to the games. So I was like, I always had my eye out for them in the crowd because it's not a huge stadium by any means. But,
no, it's
not even a big stadium,
relatively small
space.
Yeah.
But they always had a great crowd. And it was tough. You couldn't see them through the pyro because they had smoke going through the fucking entire match. It seemed like. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. It seemed like a great atmosphere for lower tier. Football league. So
what do y'all know what Detroit's famous for as far as food goes?
Tony dogs. That area where I know there's an area called Hamtramck, which is back in the day was an Eastern European neighborhood. So I think there's still like Polish restaurants there. So I think they do well with like Eastern European Polish food, and
that's where Detroit City Stadium is in that section.
It's been years since I've been there, and when last time I went, man, it was rough, but I think it's Detroit's turned the corner as far as how the city's turned out.
Right.
I mean, it sort of made the turn.
I've never been there, so I'm excited to go. Like I've driven through it, but I've never actually seen it. I'm excited to
check it out.
Do a little tour on my own too, probably because I wake up earlier than most people.
And those guys are great. And those guys, Sean's, I met I talked a little bit with Sean when we were up in Cleveland, when we all hung out in Cleveland, and they came up, and guys like that. I love Sean because Sean's one of those guys. I don't know I didn't watch enough of your podcast with Kyle, but Sean's one of those guys that really is into the philanthropy aspect of it, and Sean gets that. That's really cool to me. I wish we're not big enough. I wish we could do more, but he's really into that. He's advocated for Palestine, and he's done some of the stuff that gets like medical equipment back in the day there. So he really gets that. Sean's really into that, and I respect that a lot. I really like that. And all those guys. I mean, it's Celtic, and I'm not going to disrespect them here, but genuinely, all those guys are good guys.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, and he's done an amazing job of just like building a grassroots Celtic supporters club from nothing, and he like is just constantly out there, just trying to find new people. Like he's always willing to talk about it, and I think he gets a lot of people at those Detroit City matches too, like where he's in the crowd with guys there and ends up talking up Celtic and come to our club tomorrow morning, and like we're playing, and it's a great way to build the supporters club in Detroit and just build more people in the Celtic supporters.
And that's not easy. No, trust me.
Yeah, it's not easy. You probably know more than.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Us, definitely.
And you try to cultivate a network, and when you think you have people that that's tough. That is not easy thing to do at all. And they again, I go back. I think it's fantastic that what he does, like on the philanthropy side.
Yeah, they do amazing work. I know they did it in Philly, like when they were at the fair 2-3 years ago. Not the last one, but the one before that. They were selling a lot of their merch. Like they had a decent sized group who came. I think this time around only Kyle Law Dog came, but they brought a lot of stuff, and like I think all the proceeds were going to like Palestinian based charities and stuff like that. So like he's always willing to do that kind of work, which is great. And then the last thing, well, I'm going to throw up a couple comments too, but I want to talk about nothing too bad. Last week on Thursday night was the Celtic Foundation Gala Dinner in New York.
All right.
And I didn't get a chance to go this year. I went last year, which was it's an amazing event. But they raised and this is Peter from Nashville. I know he was there. And raised over $360,000 for the Celtic Foundation, which is amazing. And that's one of those like those events. Like a portion of those events, they kind of show you the amazing work that the Celtic Foundation does, like and like where that money is actually going to, and it's like it's so connecting to one, the foundation, two, Celtic, the football club, because that's what the club was founded on, was charity.
Absolutely.
So, it's an expensive event, but if you ever get a chance to go, it's just the facility that it's held at is just amazing. Like if you watch some of the videos and pictures that people post online, the room that this dinner is held in is one of the most beautiful rooms I've ever been in, and they really do it up with just Celtic, and it's green everywhere. They got like the one, they just have superimposed stuff and makes it look like the stained glass at Celtic Park and shit like that. It's just,
and they bring over some players.
Yeah. So and then like this year, Joe Hart was the sporting honoree, and like I saw like Peter this is his comment, like there was a picture of him on the Celtic Foundation's social medias getting a jersey signed by Joe Hart, and like the look on his face was just it was perfection, like how much he was enjoying it. And it was like seeing and I had that, I got to meet Chris Sutton last year. I got my picture with him and got to talk to him a little bit, and I had that same feeling. I probably had that same look on my face, but Celtic Foundation just didn't capture it on. I mean, it was like a little 10-year-old kids seeing their hero, and that's how I felt, and if that's what
I was outside, boys. I was outside we were there Friday in Philly, and I was outside the hotel that we were at that gave us the discount, and there's a guy with us, and he came in from Denver, and he's a good kid. He's not as clued up as. He doesn't know it as well as some of us, but he's really enthusiastic. And he turns, he says to me, he goes, "That guy looks Scottish." I turn around, it's Peter Grant.
I saw that picture.
I said, Peter the Pointer. He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I was a little starstruck on that one. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's I know me and Chris had that in South Bend. We got to get our pictures with Kyogo, McGregor, and Forrest, and I know that day I was definitely starstruck.
You couldn't wipe the smile off your face.
Yeah.
So particularly for us, being across the pond, we just don't get those opportunities.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So if you ever get a chance, it's an amazing event, and I hope to get to go to another one in the future. But yeah, so great work by the Celtic Foundation and everybody who supported it. I know like I said, it's a pricey night out, but it's worth it. In the end, and it's the whole night is just amazing, and I would highly recommend. So, throw up with other comments. We're talking about the World Cup earlier. And I won't be watching the World Cup, like Chris said, but I don't watch international football, and I particularly will not be watching this World Cup coming up. And I think
what?
Yeah, exactly. And then Craig, nice comment about our show. So thanks, Craig. I think Craig's in Australia.
Thanks, Craig.
So thank you. But I think that's all we had tonight. Not bad getting an hour and a half out of a week where there's no Celtic. We're in an international break and there's no Celtic.
Win.
Yeah, so I'm excited for the weekend. I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to Sunday morning getting to sit down and watch Celtic again. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do next week. Thank you, Bobby, for coming on. I know Bobby.
No problem. Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Bobby's Mr. Reliable. I know I majorly struggled to find anybody to come on tonight. So thanks, Bobby, for coming on. And
not a problem, Sean.
Chris, always good chatting with you.
Likewise.
So we'll be back on next week at 8 p.m., same time. If you get a chance, give the channel, our channel, a like and subscribe. It'll help you find us and the other shows on our channel. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Other than that, I'll say hail, and we will see you guys next week. I'm on the hoops. Can't wait till Sunday. Cheers, boys.
All right, brother.